a cinematic echo ringing through the halls of film history. But why is that something we should care about? Armed with a new perspective, the Copycats will dive headfirst into these questions and more this season for Freaky Wednesday. Hello and welcome to Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach. I, of course, am your host, Zach, and he, of course, is your other host.
Talise. Talise.
Talise.
Telly?
Tellys.
It's weird how you never know how to pronounce the name that I say. It's like every week you're like, I don't know. I'm not getting it right.
Well, here are the things.
It's not spelled like that at all.
Here are the things that I know.
What are the things that you know, Zach?
Your name. I know your name.
Got it.
And the second thing is I know that is not your name.
What?
That's what I know.
Twitter-stuffer, or what did I say?
Not that. You said Talise.
Talise. That's it. It's been like that for years. I've been very proud of it up to this moment. And
stop.
Even before those moments.
Be ashamed.
And I think that, I'm going to keep it. This is, this is like the puppy you find on the street, or to a lesser extent, a kitty. These are not as good.
I prefer cats.
You can stop me at any time because I don't know where I'm going.
No, keep going.
Well, Twitter's for...
This is the episode where I only say like 2 or 3 things and he says the whole rest of the episode.
I would love...
No, you would not!
Where you only said a couple of things.
No, you would not!
And then I got to go hog wild. Hog wild. Oink, oink, baby.
Well, then you've got your wish, buddy boy.
We should do movies about wishes. Like, there's got to be at least a couple where you wish... Wait, no, maybe that's like the premise of this season.
That's kind of what this is.
It is, isn't it?
It's a new season!
I didn't fucking do any research when I fucking bled into that bullshit. How you doing?
Although, I guess if we did like wishes, we
Zach?
could do like big.
Zach?
Which I love.
How you doing?
How am I doing?
On this new season.
It's a new
season
3.
Drei. Eins, drei. Zufa.
Toi.
Stop. Don't speak Paris. We don't know Paris here. We're Deutsch. And we don't even know that very well.
No, we don't know Deutsch. I don't. I know that much. So, how am I doing? I'm doing okay.
Did you get anything done today? Your nostrils flared. What the fuck did you do today?
Don't worry about it.
You had a memory. I saw it in that nose
I took
of
a walk with my lovely wife. We don't get a lot of time together. Like, it just happened that our daughter was at daycare, and we both didn't have anything to do this morning, so we went and took a lovely walk. And then on the way home, she said, I don't really have anywhere to be yet. Do you want to go get lunch? And I said, yes. And we went and got lunch, and it was lovely. We had a great time. It was wonderful.
So sweet. What's it like to love your wife? I've never had that experience.
Look,
I'm just kidding.
I fear that because of your cold, dead heart, I can't really convey it to you.
Oh, God. I just found out too, audience. I didn't know either that I was cold and dead in my heart.
So I did that this morning with my wife, and then my wife. And then what did I do?
It could be over. You can
I didn't do anything. Then I didn't do anything. Then I worked on a wedding edit a little bit, and then I picked up my daughter from daycare.
Listen, I don't really want to know about it unless it was interesting. You need to stop.
Just stop now. My wife and I drove both of our cars out to the west side of town.
Is that how it ends? Did you wreck?
No, she was supposed to drop
something else happened.
She was supposed to drop her car off to get an oil change, and then we got there and they were closed, so we just drove back.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I will stop.
So then,
this is the season I stopped fucking asking him what he did with his fucking unemployed ass.
So then I had a long and awkward argument with my friend. Then
was it me?
It was you.
Am I your friend? Am I your buddy?
You're the friend.
Am I the pal?
Then I showed the same friend. I showed him my new computer monitor. He was impressed.
Okay. Can you edit all of you
then
out?
I hit record.
Hang on,
we started the show.
This is going to be really...
And then I told you about my day.
This is going to be really awkward. I need my editor to edit himself out.
Hang on, I'm going to get the soundboard out.
No, get away.
I'm going to play rewind.
Get away. I had a story that I was...
How you doing?
I had a situation that I was debating on telling because I still don't know at this moment if it's going to be good enough.
Yeah,
but I'm fucking going to do it anyway. It's this motherfucker was at this local coffee...
We call them fathers.
This local fathers. Was at this local coffee place I go to, and he was taking his sweet time, and they were taking their sweet time inside, and there was a tablet out there. He goes, "What do you think I just..." He looked at me like I had the fucking answers. I'm an idiot. I don't know why he's looking at me. He was like, "Do you think I just order from here?" Like, because the tablet was out with options. And I go, "Nah, man, that's how you build a Spotify playlist." And he didn't smile. And then he like looked at it and looked back, and I'm like, "Oh, it's just a joke." And then he looked back at it again. I'm like, "Oh, you son of a bitch." So when he placed his...
I use Amazon Music.
When he placed his order, he goes, "Oh, just make it for Jim." So when I went up, I had to trump him. So when they're like, "Well, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh, Jimmy." And I'm like, "Well, that's not my name. That's a little secret between us."
Jimsy, they call me.
But then they forgot Jimmy's order. So Jim left, and then a bunch of people went in front of me, and I was like, forgot what name I gave. So I'm just like, well, I don't even know what to ask for at this point.
He's calling for you, and you don't even remember.
Yeah, but then I started helping people because there was a big line forming. So they were calling out other names. So they're like, Lisa. I'm like, "Hey, Lisa." I'm like, this one's black. No cream in this one. No, it's not Lisa's. That's not her. So I'm just helping out, and then they're like, "What did you get?" And I told them the order. Like, "What's the name?" I'm like, I eventually got the coffee.
Answer.
I did get the coffee, but it showed me that I shouldn't lie, and that's
or make jokes.
I learned. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that, but I shouldn't lie. Probably. How you doing?
I swear to God, I'm gonna run you through.
It's the fucking new season. You introduce it.
It's the new season. It's
the movie?
Most wonderful season of our show. The movie.
It's October, bro.
I know.
Don't you fucking start rushing Christmas like Home Depot did.
October. No, Home Depot, it makes sense.
October.
Yeah.
Who did
it's
that?
A clumsy portmanteau. No, it
is that like an actor?
So Home Depot does they sell their Christmas stuff like around now because you need to get it early to decorate in time. Like, you don't want to buy your Christmas decorations in December because you want to have your house decorated for Christmas in December.
I went to get Halloween decorations.
You waited too long. You're too late.
On October 12th, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck me. That's right. This is way too late to go get a Halloween decoration."
Yeah, at Home Depot. I could have told you that.
Oh,
because I knew.
Well, you didn't. So
no, and I won't next year either.
Let me guess. Well, I'll just listen to this episode. So the timer. And then
it's unlikely that you'll listen to yourself.
Listen.
Because you don't like yourself.
Twizzler does a lot.
Twizzler
does a lot that you don't know about.
Do you like
and that's
Twizzlers?
A little secret between me and Twizzler.
Do you like Twizzlers or do you like Red Vines?
Nope. I like black licorice.
Oh, fuck you.
Because I got that
Danish?
I got that cold heart. Because I'm dead inside.
Danish
never
people
loved a woman.
Eat like
only men.
They eat like this incredibly salty black licorice, and it's like a Danish treat.
We'll be back with more men. Remember, that was like way a season ago.
I remember. It wasn't that long ago.
It was tons of time
ago. It was like
ago.
3 weeks ago, maybe.
Our base movie is...
We're talking about Freaky Friday from 1977.
So not the one you think, not the Jamie Lee Curtis one.
No, the Jodie Foster one.
Get it out of your...
And she's not the mom either. That's how old it is.
Oh, I know. She's that young...
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Woman.
Stop it. The way you said it was like, like you were going to say like that young, tender chicken.
No,
like you're gross.
I don't know what it is about this movie. I've never seen it before. This is the first time. And I think it's Technicolor. I don't really know. But every time she was on screen, you know how it's not wrong because you know what she's going to grow into?
Nope.
So then you can every time she's on screen, I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know. I didn't know that I had a thing for Jodie Foster until
I like Jodie
watched
Foster.
This movie. No, I mean, like, she's fine as an actress.
And now you think she's fine?
She's fine in this movie. And once
no,
again,
that's gross because she's 13 years old.
She's not 13. That's the character.
She is 13.
She's probably like at least 16 or
I'm gonna look it
17,
up.
18, 19.
No, she's not an adult.
She's probably 20 in this, so it's okay that when you see those vivid colors, I think that's what it is. It's Technicolor.
Those colors
so
are not
it throws
vivid.
you off that even when you're looking at a young person, you're like, that's sexual right there, baby.
No. So she was born in 1962.
That's old enough.
So she was 14
That's getting
in this
closer.
movie.
It's getting closer to 16.
I
don't. But you're telling me that when she was on screen, there wasn't something about her. Like once again, she's a woman now, so it's okay. This is like Hermione and Harry Potter.
No.
Like how you're like, oh, she's probably my age, so it's okay. Because when you were younger, when she was 13 and you were 13, then it's okay. But for some reason, when I watch it when I'm older, it's not okay. Is that
That's
what you're
correct.
trying to tell me? I don't.
That
I don't know the
is
rules
correct.
of life, but I think that's bogus.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you are like John Hinckley.
I'm a man.
So John Hinckley.
What's that? What else do I need to know?
John Hinckley saw Jodie Foster in Taxi
Hinkles.
Driver.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good movie.
And fell in love with her.
Okay.
And was obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And it was a cross between his obsession with Jodie Foster and his obsession with Catcher in the Rye that led to him trying to assassinate Ronald Reagan.
I think I'm just like him in that
Because
fashion.
you love Jodie Foster and you want to assassinate Ronald Reagan.
She was a child prostitute in that, wasn't she?
I've never seen it, but I believe
Taxi
so.
Driver?
That's correct.
I saw it once.
There's a lot of I have a lot of like 70s classic blind spots. Like I've never seen The Godfather.
Me neither.
We should watch it together.
Well,
maybe we'll do like a watch along.
Watch is a strong word.
Maybe we'll do like a commentary track or something.
Would you want to? Isn't it like 3 hours though?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Would you want to talk to me for 3 straight hours or 3 gay hours?
So my wife, this year more than any other time.
The car wreck you had today?
I wasn't in a car wreck.
Well, you wrecked the cars into each other.
No, we didn't.
That's how I remember this story.
Well, you don't listen, which is why we're divorced.
What?
Now look, my wife, mostly this year.
My wife.
Stop it. But
can we get to the fucking
shut
movie?
up. Trying to make a point here. So this year,
What's
you
the
and I
fucking point, Zach?
have spent more time on the phone with each other than since we were 17 years old.
No, we got it.
We talk so much, and I would be at home working or with Lou or something. And I'd have my headphones in, and my wife would come home and she'd be like, "Who are you talking to?" And then I just give her a look and she'd be like, "Oh, you're talking to him again." She gave me so much shit for being on the phone with you.
I don't know why she even asked at a certain point. It just made her seem dumb.
Well, it's either I'm either talking to you or my sister.
No, that's some passive aggressive shit right there. She's like, oh, like she didn't know.
You want to get her down here?
I rolled my eyes.
You want to get her down here?
Anyone who couldn't hear, whenever a man goes, oh, his eyes are rolling.
Yeah.
Or he just ate a lot of corned beef.
Oh, it's so salty.
You want me to synapse it?
Oh, yeah. Give us a synopsis. We haven't done this in a while.
So this is Freaky Friday, 76, and then the director was
I believe it's technically 77.
Oh, is it? Okay. And then Gary Nielsen. It's got Jodie Foster, Barbara Harris, and then John Aston? Okay.
The original Gomez Adams.
There you go. After a frustrating argument on Friday the 13th, Annabelle and Ellen simultaneously wish they could switch places, and suddenly their wish is granted. Now,
holy shit.
The opening animation, no noses.
No noses.
No noses.
It's a Pocahontas in there.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I just remember seeing Pocahontas as a child and thinking she didn't have a nose.
I'm thinking the opening kind of have felt a little bit like the opening for Catch Me If You Can with DiCaprio. But
I think that's definitely a throwback to that old style title scene.
I assume other movies have the similar opening, but they didn't have noses, and I think the actors were singing over top of the animation. But at one point, they really, no pun intended, right on the nose, because both of them were grabbing their nose areas, where their noses should live.
Interesting.
And I'm just wondering, were they doing the old "got your nose" thing, but it worked? No nose is.
I think we got to the bottom of this.
Or the top,
think
which
that's
is where
it.
the nose would be.
So one thing.
Well, not the top.
One
but
thing that I want to do.
The top of the mouth.
One thing that I want to do this season, when we're talking about these body swap movies, because that's what we're doing. That's the theme we're doing is body swaps for Freaky Friday. We're calling it Freaky Wednesday because their show comes out on Wednesdays. You see, but one thing.
Oh, that's good.
One thing.
That's good.
One thing I want to do is I want us to, with each movie, I want to check off if they explain how or why they swapped, if there's like an explanation behind it.
Is that one of the...
No, it's not a trope. I just want to check off if they do or don't. Because I think, I don't know that it can be a trope because I don't think they do it in this one.
Okay, and then for listeners who are new to the beginning of these seasons, this is where we actually come up with the tropes.
Yeah.
As we go. So the formatting is a little bit different because obviously we're not going to have the tropes at the end. We're going to create them as we go. So there's going to be some minor domestic disputes.
Oh man.
In the home.
Oh man, the home where we live together.
Well, I mean, I got a key.
George Manor.
I got a key, and then
my father's home.
The code to my house. Well, I guess I can't tell you what it is, but it's related to Zachary.
It's related to me.
So yeah, we're tight. You know what I'm talking about? You okay over there? Is everything all right?
No.
You got any stories about you and your wife?
So my wife and I.
God damn it.
No, but let me tell you this.
That
was a really lovely day that we had together.
It was. You should have left it at the good part. But then you told about the fucking cereal count in the bowl, and then we all lost our minds.
Cereal count in the bowl? What does that even mean?
Mundane shit. I don't know.
Like Sarah Koenig?
I immediately go to fucking cereal. About most things. Cereal.
The podcast?
How you eat it. The killers. The serial killers.
How you listen to it?
There's all kinds of cereal out there. Serial numbers. Boom. That's 3.
Let me ask you an important question.
The serial numbers are my least favorite.
Who carries change in their sock is what I want to know.
That sexy beast Jodie Foster.
Stop it.
Is it? Well, no, I guess that was the mom at that point.
I mean, but it was.
Well, no, it was her. Even when she was like, "Man, it feels like I'm walking with a rock in my shoe," then like a couple minutes later, they're like, "Oh, it's because she had change." I'm like.
That's stupid.
That was weird.
That's stupid. You shouldn't put change in your shoe.
That was too far apart.
Yes.
It was only like 1 minute apart, but that was too far apart for me to care about that.
It was a bad setup payoff.
It should have been right then and there. I feel like there's a rock in my shoe, and then took off her sock. Like, why'd she put coins in here? And then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. The fact that it waited, you're like, ugh. I will say this about old movies. They really take their sweet fucking time.
They do. So little happens in this movie, which is insane because so much happens in this movie.
They sell the point that massacre in the home where Jodie Foster is now her unattractive self, which is her mom. So much happens at home with that commotion that you're like,
what a weird character you're playing this season where you are attracted to a child.
I didn't know.
What a weird character
it's not a child, it's Jodie Foster.
She's 14.
No, she's at least 15, 16, maybe 17, 18, 19, maybe even 20. We don't know.
Based on the date that the movie came out.
I don't know what the date was. I don't know how old she was. I know that she was born in 62.
She was 14.
She's an adult. She's older than me. It's fine. It's fucking fine. So her sweet body was in this movie the whole time, but in her mom's body. And what was I going with this? Something about
you were
change.
asking Dr. Lecter if he can turn that high-powered gaze towards himself.
I just didn't. Yeah, that's right, Lecter. So she wasn't sexy in that movie, and then I never saw Contact, which I don't.
I'd like to watch Contact. We should.
I never saw that, but like I didn't know that was into her. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think she's
until I saw
a lovely woman.
I think she's great. And I guess that's it. She's great.
Well, that's it for this season.
Because I can't remember where the fuck I was getting at about the.
You said when the house was a wreck.
Oh yeah, the commotion. That went on for a good 45 minutes.
It was so long.
Where I'm like, no, we got it. She can't take care of the house. There's a lot of drama in here. And they kept going back to it.
Yeah. I kept thinking she was going to leave and encounter other crazy things. Mm-hmm. And I feel like...
stuck around that house.
Yeah, I feel like...
And hit on that unattractive boy across the street.
So, Boris.
So his name
was Boris.
Boris.
Which is so weird.
And I kept thinking it was the older brother from E.T. And I'm like, I know it's not, but is it?
Yeah. So weird. I think if this were a modern movie, everything would have kind of worked out. Like,
would have got a fucking NC-17 rating with that hot bod.
Oh, Jesus. I think like the mom in Jodie Foster's body, I think she would have won the game. I think it would have been like, you know.
Yeah. Hang on. Annabelle is Jodie, and then Ellen is the mom. Should we just say mom and Jodie, or how do you want to do this so the audience isn't confused?
That's a tough one.
I know. I didn't think this.
You know what we should probably do?
We need a rule going forward.
Yeah.
Do we just say like reverse Annabelle?
No, I guess we say Ellen for the mom for her mind. So when she's in Jodie Foster, she's still Ellen. So when they switch, they still keep their own name.
Okay, so that's still them.
Annabelle is in the mom's body, so we say Annabelle's at home.
But I'd rather
she
say
does
Jodie
the laundry
Foster.
wrong. But Jodie Foster isn't. It's just like that inner monologue.
Jodie Foster as Annabelle in her mom.
So let me ask you this.
That's one of my questions. How many pornos do you think they've made based off Freaky Friday where they're like,
I don't know.
Now that I'm the mom, I can fuck the dad kind of shit.
You know what? There was a lot of weird undertones of like when Annabelle calls her her dad daddy in like her mom's body. It's gross. I didn't, and he was like, he was into it, and it was nasty.
You really wondered. I mean, like, you really wonder for the rest of the season, and keep this in mind, if there's going to be a fucking sexual crossover, because there's got to be. Because that's what the whole time I'm like, so who's gonna fucking grab the child that's the wife? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if anyone was going to, didn't you think it was this shitty fucking husband? God, he sucked.
He sucked.
He was awful. He looked terrible. He was disrespectful to his wife and his kids.
I like John Astin though. Everything I've seen him in, he's fun. Not in this movie. Not in this movie.
Not his physical appearance. He's got them teeth.
Wow.
Hated him.
It was the 70s. People didn't have
teeth.
teeth back then.
You know what? Twice Jodie Foster did a compliment on teeth. It's weird.
Yeah.
She complimented Boris's teeth.
Yeah.
And then she was talking about the clean feel of new teeth. But it wasn't hers. It was somebody else's.
I thought it was interesting.
No.
The mom.
Her brother. Perfect teeth or something. I'm like, he looks like he's got like dagger teeth.
So I liked when
old chomp dompers.
At the beginning they really set up the turn. So she, in her like inner monologue at the beginning, she refers to her dad as a perfect human or the perfect human.
Don't get it.
Which is insane. Yeah, I don't get it either. But like then they really set up like the change in like how she sees him like from the perspective of her mom, which she didn't before, you know?
He looks like what I think the missing link will look like. That's how I'm describing.
So I would like to propose my first trope.
You can propose all day to me, sweetheart.
So last season,
and I will accept.
Last season we called them break points. Do we have any funny? Do we have any funny idea for these?
You're gonna like this because I can't pronounce it.
Okay,
and that's why we should keep it for the whole season.
Okay.
Freaky Facsimiles.
Facsimiles?
Facsimiles.
Freaksimiles? What if we call them Freaksimiles?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Freaksimiles. Okay,
I can't say Facsimiles. I just did it though. That's it. I got it. So Freaky Facsimiles, but you want to do
Freaksimiles.
Yeah.
I want to create a portmanteau.
I think if anyone tunes into the show mid-season, though, they're going to be like, I don't know what these guys are saying.
Yeah, who cares?
What?
I mean, they're going to do that anyway.
That's our loyal new listener.
Well, if they're not loyal, they'll stick with us, even if they don't understand Freaksimiles.
They've never listened to another podcast. They've never cheated. It was very sweet of them.
I've never listened to a podcast before. What are they like?
I don't know. It depends on who the hosts are.
Oh, thank God.
Wink.
So my first pitch for a Freaksimile.
Yeah.
Inner monologue.
Oh, hang on. We got to flip the page. Oh, dude, look.
Do you have it?
Read the first thing.
That's my first one, too.
First
inner
one
monologue.
Says inner monologue. Look, we're twinsies.
Okay, that's a yes then. We give it a yes.
All right. Can we stick it over real fast? My second one is shitty husband. Can we? It doesn't have to be husband. Can it just be fucking shitty spouse or whatever?
Significant other. Yeah, I like it.
Significant other.
I like it
because that was pretty crucial to this movie. Is that dude fucking sucks? Like, everything is just self-involved. He wants to get his promotion. He's making his wife do everything, and then he's like, oh, I almost choked to death. Wear that sexy black outfit, and then you're like, what, the mourning dress? Like, for someone who dies? That thing was so
I thought it was weird that, and obviously she's like a kid, but like that she was like, okay, cool, I'll put it on.
Who?
Annabelle in the mom's body.
Who's playing her?
The mom.
No,
the mom's body. I don't know her name.
Who's the actress that plays Annabelle?
Barbara Harris.
No.
Patsy Kelly. I don't know which one it is.
Starts with a J.
No.
Say it.
That's not who I'm talking about.
Say it, though.
No, I won't.
Okay.
You're too horny.
No, it's Technicolor.
You're going to horny jail.
The problem with Technicolor is that it's so graphic.
No, it isn't.
No, it is, because
you're so
you
horny.
Can feel the movie.
Jodie Foster. Do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Panic Room?
This is the problem. Yeah, this is the problem with Wizard of Oz with me too, because it's in Technicolor, and I'm like, oh, I could eat it. I could drink the movie. It's one of my favorites because I just can't handle. Like, I think I have. This is weird to say. I have a sixth sense, and I think it's Technicolor.
You see dead people?
I think I can taste Technicolor.
Yeah, with your dick, you fucking horn dog.
Well, I don't feel.
You wanted to fuck the Wicked Witch of the West.
No, that movie. Yep. You get some shrinkage with those monkeys. They're disgusting.
So what do you think
they got
about
clay faces? Why would you do the monkeys and have clay faces?
Because
those
they're a Batman villain.
So who's the character you were talking about?
What did you think about?
Starts with a J.
What did you think about Annabelle's schedule? Like,
a little chaotic.
It's insane. She has water skiing. She has a playoff hockey game. She has an orthodontist and school with like big tests.
Hang on. I mean, we can go back to this, but that's one of mine.
There's so much shit.
That's one of mine.
This is a Freaksimile?
Yeah, Freaksimile. What is it? Particularly important day.
Important day.
Do you want to say important day, or how do you want to phrase that?
I like important day. That's good.
Because there's a lot going on. Number one for the husband, and then for the wife is just getting everything ready for him, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Hers isn't in particular, but she's drug into it. And then Sexy JJ, she's got a whole bunch of shit at school and outside school. She's got the championship match. She's got the water skiing thing.
What do you think about her coach?
And the typewriting test, and then another paper due.
And then the mom has a meeting at the school about her.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So it's just crammed in there, kind of crammed in the cram hole. I've never played field hockey. No. I don't know anything about it, but I'm pretty sure there's a fucking ref, right?
Yeah.
Why were the coaches?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, of the red team
and the blue
team. Why were they reffing?
I don't know.
Are you allowed to hit someone like that?
Hang on.
Can you walk over and just elbow them in the nose, and then both ref coaches are like, "Oh, play on."
Hang on. I'm gonna explain this to you perfectly.
Got it.
The coaches are reffing the game because it's a bad movie.
Mind blown.
That's why.
No.
That's exactly why.
See. Okay, what I was going to say was not appropriate, so I'm just not going to say it at all. But
this movie is like plot-wise, is like the quality of an episode of Charles in Charge.
Okay. Okay. I see that, but not an hour and 35 minutes, because that's where I made the mistake the first time.
So wait.
135 minutes, which is
so it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
So fucking long.
That's long.
Yeah, I thought it was over, and I paused it. I'm like, this is only halfway.
I watched this movie twice.
Ugh.
Because the first time I felt like I didn't get enough notes.
I was hoping you were going to say I just didn't get it. I'm like, it's pretty simple.
I didn't understand.
Swap. Done.
How come that boomerang never came back? I just don't get it.
What are you talking about? Smacked. It did its purpose. It broke the window.
So,
and then the first time her, what was it? You couldn't get her
blow dryer.
Oh,
talking about Mary Kay?
I was going to say fucking dildo machine. I couldn't think of what the hell it was called. Yeah, I couldn't get her dildo machine back, so she smashed her window.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
It's a hairdryer.
Oh, maybe the boomerang was the dildo, so that's how she gave it back to her. She just chucked it into her window. Passive. Well, not passive-aggressive, but aggressive-aggressive.
We're a little all over the place on this movie.
What are you talking about? It's so sexual, man. The movie itself is a sensual being.
So I watched this movie twice. The first time I watched it with my wife and my 14-year-old son.
Sentient being, too.
And when that, like, opening animation happened, he's like...
The no-nosery?
He's like, why is this going on for so long? And I explained to him that in the ancient times of cinema, they would put the credits up front. And, like, it really made me think, like, they had to do something interesting in the credits or no one would want to sit through them.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked it because I thought it was going to do... What movie am I thinking of? Is it? I know
From Hill.
I referenced Beethoven last week. But
Beethoven second.
One of those movies, no, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Because you're thinking like, oh, is there little cheat things in the beginning with the animation that tells the story?
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, am I looking for clues in the beginning?
There weren't really, like...
There weren't. It didn't work out. But
no.
I remember being a kid thinking like, oh, okay, maybe it's a smaller version of the story.
I remember being a kid and wanting to sleep in a Lego and eat a giant oatmeal cream pie. That was like the most delicious looking thing I've ever seen.
And I thought, because of that movie, I thought scorpions were just bad ants. I was very confused as a child. I thought there were good and bad ants. And
I mean, there are. But
yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Somehow they were the same thing in my head.
Huh.
They, one had a tail and clampers, and I'm like, well, that's the bad one. It's very obvious.
So, would you say your sister is a scorpion, or just a bad ant?
She's a Scorpio,
or just a bad ant.
That actually is a fact.
Wow, me too. I have a Scorpio sister.
Well, we did it. What should we call them? You can call on this thing, right?
We can.
How do we call both of them at the same time?
I mean, we can if we want.
But
we don't.
I don't want to. Do you just want to give up on that idea?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, audience.
What else you got? Mine,
I'll pick up my notes.
Mine's just drawings like, from Titanic of Jodie Foster.
Jesus.
I think, but on that note, I'm glad that was a great segue.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that young Jodie, like if you compared young Jodie Foster and then young Leo DiCaprio, it's the same person. Like, she looks just like Leonardo DiCaprio when she's in that Sunday. But except with braces. It's the long hair. Half long hair.
Yeah.
The bob cut.
Did you notice how, like...
You just going to bypass that?
Yes.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's a sexy child.
Yeah, okay. We've all seen Basketball Diaries.
Nice. Good reference.
What a good movie.
Let's just stop and watch
Can we watch Basketball Diaries?
That's our watch-along. No, that's too
grim.
Sad. So sad.
You're like, we'll do a Schindler's List watch-along. Like,
I would do it, though. I would do it.
Like, okay, so...
Double dog dare me.
Did it bump you at all that, like, how low stakes everything was in this, you know?
Explain further.
Like, the mom wasn't going to get fired. Like, there was nothing, like... She wasn't losing anything.
She really got out of that bill for $14.50 or whatever it was from the mechanic.
For the oil change.
She just didn't pay him. Yeah. And by the way, in the 70s, that was an expensive oil change.
Was it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, oil changes now are like, what, $25 at Jiffy Lube?
The answer is I don't know.
Did I just do a placement? No, $25 at Jiffy Lube right now.
No, here's the thing.
Running a special on synthetic oil.
I go and get like my oil changed, and I think it's going to be like $30 or something, and then they're like, it's $60, and I'm like, well, fuck.
Oh, you can't handle it yourself?
Well, fuck.
Do you need help satisfying your wife too?
No, I'm sorry.
I'm changing oil, baby.
I pay people to do my manual labor.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I don't have a job.
No, it's called just don't change it, and then just get a bunch of cars.
I mean, I am definitely living that plan right now.
No, I definitely have fucking some overdue cars right now. So that just reminded me that I have chores to do.
So I have a note of, is she going to make her mom cheat on her dad with the neighbor kid?
Right.
Like, I really thought she was going to try to seduce him. And then I had to keep reminding myself, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
She's not going to fuck the neighbor kid.
Happen. But that kid was into it.
He's like I wish I was 20 years older.
That guy was a goof ass.
Dude, he was a fucking dork. And that she's like, that like, Annabelle is like, oh, Boris, the most beautiful man I've ever seen. And then you see him and he's like, hey.
Like, they didn't even try to.
And he's got a stuffy nose and he sounds like fucking Professor Frank. Like, he's just a fucking dork. I made a moose once. And you're like, fuck.
Cause what I maybe I walked out of the room to make something. What happened with his souffle he was making?
He fucked it up.
Okay, it was.
And then she showed up and was like, "You fucked up my kitchen."
Why? Yeah, I feel like something like that they could have broke the tension by like maybe he actually was good at it, and then like it's produced, and then he
might have been good, but that is kind of what happened. He was making it, and then the little brother turned the blender on before the lid was on, and it went everywhere.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I walked out of the room for that scene. It was a long fucking movie.
I watched it twice.
You watched it for both
look,
of us.
I don't want to launch you into like a perverted, gross rant here.
I'll just go.
But I do just want to say that like Jodie Foster was really good in this movie. She's a really good actor.
I think she would be really good at anything.
Stop it! Stop it!
I don't know. I'd watch it again.
I did
in the privacy of my own home.
Like, you know what's interesting?
The best part about dating someone who lives in another state is that you can have all the Freaky Friday time you want halfway through the week.
I'm having a Freaky Wednesday, which is what we're calling this season. So hang on. Did you think it was weird that like
I'm a pervert?
Yeah, you're a creep. We're gonna get you registered and tell your neighbors.
I'm not meaning to sound so creepy, but there's just I couldn't get over it.
So, like, have you ever like talked to like an older person who is like talking about like the physical appearance of a younger person, and they just keep saying things like, "Oh, she's just so striking," and it's really clear that they like are gonna crank off later, but like are trying to keep it like professional or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
Is this something the dad said? Because I would believe that. Why is Annabelle so fucking excited to be her mom? Like the moment that they switch, she has the radio, the old radio.
She rolls with it way
and she's
too
dancing
quickly
around, and I'm like, here's the problem. Like you would dance as a child. You wouldn't dance if you were in a 40-something-year-old body. Like you would start hurting because I guess we'll go into it. Do you take on the physical pain? You take on the physical pain,
of course.
Right?
This is one of my tropes.
Go.
So they.
Well, hang on. What is it?
This is a trope.
I don't understand. What's a trope?
They take the swap in stride.
What's a trope?
I'm sorry. Sorry. This is one of my Freaksimiles.
Freaksimiles.
Pitch for a Freaksimile. Okay. They take the swap in stride. So, like, they're not shook up by it. Like, because, you watch, like, a 13 going on 30, and, like, Jennifer Garner's character wakes up, and she looks like Jennifer Garner, and she's like, oh, fuck! And in this one, they're like,
Okay.
They freak out a little bit, but they don't try to go get... they don't try to find each other to swap back. They don't try to figure it out. They don't talk to each other.
A second day uncertainty,
Ooh.
As you would. Yeah, no, I like that. Can I add one?
I wish you would.
At some point in the movie, this is not me, hit on a child. The mom, Jodie Foster as the mom, hits on a child.
Well, I think
pretty hard. That's the crush of the movie.
So I think, and kind of
pedophilia.
No, I think no.
How do we phrase it?
So I think it's not about children.
How do we?
But I think it's
fit it in, as it were.
I think what it is
about with that child?
is, I think it is hitting on somebody that
you shouldn't.
Yeah. So like,
what was the?
So like, if you were in, it's like if I was in your body.
Taboo seduction.
Yeah, it's like if I was in your body and tried to like make out with my wife. It's your body, so she thinks it's you, so it's like a taboo thing for her. But I'm the brain in there, so I think that's a good one actually.
I was gonna ask something, but that wasn't practical, so I won't do it.
Hit on someone inappropriate.
On sex wife. Got it. Done. Let me get. I only have like one more that makes any sense. Oh no. I guess I have a couple. How do you feel about keep it a secret to the climax? Because they both don't tell anybody until she reveals it.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
Ellen tells the girls at the ice cream shop right away, immediately. And that, my friend, I would like to propose that we recycle a trope and turn it into a Freaksimile.
What's that?
Tries to explain the situation to an outsider.
I'm into it. Oh yeah, I guess I did fuck that one up.
So that is
It's hard to pay attention when she's on screen. What it is.
That's a good Freaksimile.
Yep, Outsider. Perfect.
Yeah, I like reusing it because it works for this too, and it's another like kind of magical realism idea.
Do we want to do anything about the manic home, like how it just go like utter chaos?
Everything like they lose control of like.
But I would like that. I kind of want that to be exclusively at the residence. Does that make sense? Because obviously,
I don't think that necessarily works.
It's going to be chaos on both fronts, but like they just spent so much fucking time on the people coming into that house and the house being just wrecked.
So you'd say like home life chaos.
Yeah, but I feel like that we'll abuse that and apply it to both sides, and that'll get a yes all day long.
How is there not an Adam Sandler movie like this?
I think it's Jack and Jill.
No, that's not a swap. It's just he's like dressing as a woman.
I think what we should learn from the Jack and Jill is that we should be happy that there's no more body swapping. I think that's what we learned.
I think we'll do something in the Sandler verse, but not a Sandler.
I'm not going to mention. I would like to not.
I mean, we already agreed on.
Could we do the watch along?
No, we agreed on
it. Jack and Jill?
I don't want to have to watch Jack and Jill. Come on.
Okay.
That's a punishment.
How about this? We'll put a cardboard divider down the screen, and I'll watch the Jill, and you watch the Jack, and then we'll meet in the middle.
Hot.
And then we'll
do like a Jennifer Connelly and Requiem for a Dream kind of thing.
Something freedom.
Yeah.
Fries. Freedom fries.
So, okay. So here's the thing.
We should get French fries when we do these podcasts.
I love fries.
So we could share a basket. And I think that even when we're fighting, then as we're sharing the fries, it'll feel more like
we're lovers.
Like we're lovers.
Like me and my wife when we went to lunch today, and I got a basket of fries.
Every time I grab a fry, and then you grab a fry, and we'll eat it together, and then maybe meet in the middle like two dogs.
Ooh, like a Lady and the Tramp.
Yep. And I think that's the only way we make this work in the future for the third season.
Thank God.
Hot fries.
Hot fireman. So I think, I don't know. So I think in a more, I don't think the home necessarily is it, but I think it's like
I don't think the home necessarily is it.
But I think because these movies are so intrinsically tied to the idea of perspective,
I identify the word you used.
So, but because I think of that, I think a trope, I think an important Freaksimile is.
Now you're talking.
I think it would be something about. There should be something about like causing chaos in the other person's life.
Yeah,
so
but
Ellen
both do that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Ellen goes and gets Annabelle's hair done when she doesn't want her to, and does this stuff that she doesn't want her to. That's going to
be a fucking guarantee on every fucking.
I don't think so, though.
I don't want to.
I don't think so. I'm gonna pencil it in.
Do you want to? Let's pause that one, and then we'll surprise the audience with what we decided.
I'm gonna pencil it in and put a little asterisk next to it.
I just think we can phrase that better.
Yeah, we'll work out the wording, but I think that idea is there.
And then we'll get back to you out there. So, let's go on to this drunk ass maid. She didn't want to do anything, so
this is Schmaus.
It's definitely a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello,
a Mrs. Doubtfire replacement kind of thing going on. Like, I don't do laundry, I don't do chores, I don't do anything.
Yeah, that was
so. She sucked. What would your no-nos be if you were a maid, Zachary?
Oh, number one would be I'm not cleaning up things because I don't want to be a maid.
Oh,
I'm just bad at it. I'm just bad at it.
Okay,
you know.
Okay, I pay you $1,000. I pay you $10,000.
I pay you 1 unit of money.
All right, well, you got 10 units of
credits. Will you pay me in credits?
Yeah, credits. I'm giving you 10 credits.
Okay,
just for the day. You're doing the Doubtfire thing.
10 credits a day.
You're doing the Doubtfire.
Am I dressed up as a woman?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do I do a British accent?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
And you're a tall soccer player. But you got to go in, and there's got to be some rules for your cleaning. What are your rules? You're Mrs. Doubtfire in this scenario.
The rules
and you're getting 10 credits.
The rules are, I'll do laundry, but I'm not going to fold it or put it away.
You're not going to. Okay.
I'm going to leave it in the basket when it's done.
That's fucking so passive aggressive. That's so fucking shitty. I would be pissed as hell.
I'll do the dishes. But I will not unload the dishwasher.
Will you tell them ahead of time, or do you just leave it like that?
Oh no, I just leave it.
And you don't.
And then I cash in those sweet credits.
Oh man, I don't even know what I was getting at. But that's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm vile.
You're the fucking maid. That's literally what everyone. That's why. That's why you're hot. That's why I'm giving you the credits.
Well,
You can see your fucking kids. You won't take it out of the fucking basket?
No, I'd make them do it.
No one wants to do that part.
It's the part that sucks.
Oh, God.
Like, if my wife said it would be okay if I, like, just did the laundry and didn't put it away, I'd be fine with doing it. I don't want to put it away.
That's right.
I don't want to fold,
That's
like, ever.
Correct answer.
I've lived my life in such a way that, like, if my laundry is not in the basket still, it's on hangers. I don't fold shit.
Oh, I hang T-shirts.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I just drape my pants over a chair or something. Like, it's fine. I'm not folding it.
You should see my railing going up to my room. Just layers of different shirts.
Yeah.
The levels of cleanliness is.
I do take a certain pleasure in balling socks. I don't know why. I like socks.
Use a
Ooh,
baller.
I call my shots. Like the shot that I'm not going to fold your laundry for you. No matter how many credits.
No, it's not me. Like, it's not my house.
No, you said you're giving me the credits.
No, I'm paying you. You're going and doing a Doubtfire.
You're hiring me to
thing
do someone else's
to somebody else
chores.
Yeah, and then I just got a voyeurism thing where I got a camera, a chest mount, but it's just at your face, so it's just that sweet shot of underneath your chins as you're yelling hello to children and not doing.
That's mostly what I do. I'm really bad at improv, and I'm trying to like come up with shit. And I'm like, fuck. I'm just like, goddamn. Robin Williams is a comic genius.
God. All right. Well, now we know.
So, did you notice that, like, Annabelle in the mom's body, like, at the very beginning, like, she just seems more kind of drunk and stupid than, like, a teenager.
She doesn't know how to manage that youthful
She doesn't do it right at first. Like,
no, she's pretty, like...
I think she gets better.
She's not very entertaining.
Well, I think, like, the actor, I think she's, like, she is just kind of playing it goofy and silly when, like, that's not the Annabelle character. Until, I think, when she starts interacting with Boris and the little brother is when she kind of has a better performance as the... Yeah,
she seems very disoriented. Like,
when she's dancing with that radio, and you're like, what is she doing?
I think what happened is, like, that was the outtakes. Yeah, she's sitting there doing her stupid makeup, and she goes, maybe I'll try champagne. I've never had it. And then they show her pound a bottle of champagne, so she is just shit-faced.
No, I think the actor didn't take it as like this is the character, this is how she would act. I think she was just like, I was a teenager, this is how I acted as a teenager, and that was it.
I definitely don't think that she entertained the idea that later... two yokels will be doing a podcast and really just scrutinizing her work.
No, she fucked up
for what she thought was just going to be an offhand comedy.
Okay, what do you think for a freak simile? What do you think about... I've got a couple more of these that I want to get to.
Sports.
But what do you think about they both say they want to trade places? Like, is the inciting incident like...
That they both have to agree instead of just someone waking up. The other one wants their life, and the other one waking up and being a victim. That they both. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay,
I'm down with the sickness.
Okay, let me see.
What about a new perspective on life?
I've got that new perspective. They each get some insight into each other's lives. That's a good one.
That's a male outing. That's a mandate right there, boy. Get it?
You're so silly.
You get it?
How'd you get so silly?
Did you get the man's date?
I do have. This is my last one. This is my last.
It's called docking, and when the foreskin goes on one side.
Who has foreskin? What is this? Europe?
Oh no, you push it all the way in. You can make it.
No, you can't make foreskin. It's gone.
Oh, you talking about? You just pull really hard.
That's not foreskin. That's just stretching your dick out.
What are you talking about? You don't do it every morning?
Foreskin is not that.
I'll stretch your dick out.
No, thank you.
Come here, boy.
Hello!
That
was my dick talking.
So it wasn't the cake shock when you put it in the fridge. He was pulling his dick really hard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, this is my last pitch for a freak simile. So you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Polar opposites. The swappers have extremely different personalities. Almost like an odd couple.
I'm okay with that, but I don't want to do too many.
Yeah, no, but if it's...
I like the first season's 8.
So I don't want to do
the 8.
I don't want to do too many, But I think if they fit, they fit, and we kind of have to go with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If we think it's important, we can go through the list.
It's my least favorite.
So I think we lock down like however many, and then we go back through them at the end.
But you know what? I guess it is
pretty
crucial for the story because that's why they swap.
Because that's why they need the different perspectives.
Ah, fuck. So what are we at? Like 9?
That's 10.
Ah, crap.
That's 10.
Well, let's get rid of the ones that suck.
Okay, which one's
I think
yours?
the Dirty House one. I don't think the Dirty House one needs to be in there.
I've got an asterisk next to it. I don't know that it's a dirty house thing. I think it's like they cause chaos in each other's lives. But I don't know.
I won't think about it. I don't want the round number this time. I want the odd number.
Hang on.
Because this is an odd movie. Because it's a Freaky Fruit.
The shitty husband.
Freaky Fruit. Freaky Friday.
Freaksimile. So the shitty husband, shitty significant other, we have that, and we have hit on someone inappropriate. Those kind of feel like they're overlapping each other.
Well, how so?
Because they're both about the significant other and about the romantic entanglement.
Pause.
Yeah.
What was the point of the secretary? What was that supposed to make the audience feel?
I think it was supposed to make it like, I think it was supposed to show the mother's insecurity and that she's like, you know, because at the end of that interaction with the dad, he's like, oh, you know, she's having her mother's having health problems or something.
I feel like it was just Jodie Foster time. Like they needed her on screen more as opposed to the other actors. Like if you do the comparison, the mom's on screen more than Jodie is, and I feel like they just did that to give her more screen time.
I think it was just a failed attempt at setting up some kind of yes, like an introduction.
It is fun to do.
It's really fun to do.
Okay.
No, I think it was just a failed attempt of setting up some sort of tension between the mom and the dad.
The joke just wasn't working. Like, no, we get it. You keep coming in more and more unattractive, but it makes it seem like the dad really is.
It was like on Charles in Charge.
It's fine it's fine that the dad is just shitty or whatever, but then like when you make him like he's cheating, you're like, okay, that's too far. We don't like this character.
But then the end result of it was it made him seem like he was kind of oblivious. Like, oh, I don't know why she's doing that. And like she just felt awkward because the fucking what she thinks is his daughter comes in and puts her in her place, you know?
Yeah, he still could do that without the
it's just it was just inelegantly done.
It made it seem like they were guilty.
For sure.
Clearly they weren't, so why do it?
So what do you think about that? Do you want to kind of merge those two? Like,
I don't think they need to merge.
Okay. Well, you said you didn't want to have 10.
I like the idea of having one
10.
where if you ever feel like a kid's gonna get diddled, we got to mark it. That's like the Gary Busey. That's the wild card. Diddling kids.
Somebody stop me from diddling
a kid. Yeah.
No.
Diddling Dan.
No, we're not singing it again.
And he diddles all across the land.
We're not singing Diddlin' Dan again.
One of us is and did.
Diddlin' Dan. No, we're not doing it. Okay, so we have 10 then. That's it.
Do you think that we're just going for cheap heat anymore when we talk about diddling, or do you really just
You're the one doing it, so answer that question yourself. Are you just going for cheap heat?
I love talking about diddling because the word's
the word is really funny, and it's like
great.
A really awful, disgusting thing. But it's a funny word.
God, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right. Well, fuck.
Are you going to say we did it?
No, we didn't.
Wait, did we
fucked up.
I don't. Oh, the only other note that I had that is worth talking about is that single stuntman. You noticed it, right? How they kept using it for for the old woman and the mom and Jodie, like
skiing. Oh my god!
They didn't try.
I lost my mind.
They didn't try to make that not
when
a man.
When the mom was on the kite.
Yeah. The green screen was great, but that was just
so
the time.
Fucking funny.
But the dude that was the stuntman playing them. They practically did close-up shots of him in wigs.
So funny.
Didn't attempt.
He was bulky, too.
Yeah.
He wasn't, like, slim like the mom. He was bulky.
He played the 3 different females, and it was always the same.
So I feel like these old Disney movies relied really heavily on, like, a big set piece at the end, and this one did not disappoint. Like, that whole driving scene. Okay, let me ask you a question. Number one, I loved the water skiing. I thought that was funny. I thought it worked really well.
Didn't you expect a shark? Did you not expect it? Not that it was going to come with like danger, but like a goofy one.
Once goes by.
Yeah.
No, but it's very expected. Like I should have. Did your brain like explode when they swapped back and their bodies physically switched places?
Yeah,
that was the craziest thing. How did that didn't make any sense? Like you
could do a Freakonomic on that.
you want to suspend disbelief on like, okay, they swapped consciousness or whatever. Like,
but no,
okay, but like for them to physically be in the other places, like that doesn't make sense.
No. At that point, you're like, fuck it, God.
It was just like, what are you doing?
No, it's God took a nap. Fuck it. Fine. I mean, they kept randomly changing into that young stuntman. All the characters.
Young? I thought he was like 40.
Well, young in comparison to the old woman. And
I think he looked like fucking John Benjamin.
Compared to that supple
Foster. No!
What?
Australian for beer.
No, foster child.
Nope.
I don't know.
Not doing any better. Not doing any better.
Okay.
So
do you want to have sex with Jodie Foster?
Stop it.
At 13 years old.
Stop it. Like when you were 13?
No, when I was 13. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So, you want to go over these Freaksimiles one more time?
Oh, God, I didn't write any
No,
down.
I got them. That's why I put them in order.
You do. So, are we going to go through and see if they hit them all? Because I think they did.
No, of course they did. It's a 100%.
Well, then I'm certain they did.
Okay, inner monologue is number 1. Number 2, shitty significant other.
That's pretty important.
Okay.
Right? Or is that not?
Number 3, important day.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Number 4 is they take the swap in stride.
I think if you take out the shitty husband, it's a different movie.
I think so too.
So I think
that's part of, you know what, actually, I think that's part of the perspective. I think the shitty husband doesn't seem like a shitty husband until they swap bodies, and then Annabelle in the mom's body sees how the dad is shitty.
Yes, that does.
I think that's the perspective.
That does happen as well.
I think it's perspective. I think shitty husband could merge with new perspective, but you have to have
perspective on the shitty husband.
No,
new perspective on shitty ass.
No. We'll just keep them both. Okay. All right. Important day. Number 4. Take the swap in stride. Number 5.
It's like
hit on someone inappropriate.
It's like when you don't get a dog fixed.
Yeah.
I'll just keep them both. A male dog.
5. Hit on someone inappropriate.
Did it.
Okay. 6. Tries to explain the situation to an outsider.
We're keeping that.
7. Cause chaos in the other person's life.
Yeah.
Number 8.
It seems so obvious, but it's hard to take. Can't really take it out.
It does seem important. Okay. Both say they want to trade places.
So they actually have to say it. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do they have to say it at any point in the movie, or do they have to say it before that Freaky Fridays?
Before. I think before, because it's the inciting incident.
You know what's one that that would be just a good hands down, like yes or no, would be, does it take place on Friday the 13th? But that's too many.
Yeah, I don't.
It's too many.
I don't.
It's insignificant, but
weirdly, knowing the list of movies that we do, I think that 0 of them would hit that. Maybe one that I haven't seen.
That's
I just think it's kind of like it doesn't. You know.
You got to think about it like that.
I don't think it's important that it's Friday the 13th.
I think it's important that I do hand gestures that no one else knows about, and then ask you if you think that's okay.
So number 9 is a new perspective, which we like.
Yeah. And
number 10 is their polar opposites. The swappers have extremely different personalities. I think that's important. Because otherwise they don't get the perspective.
I don't want to end with that one. Can then we make that one not 10?
We can put them in a different order. We can rearrange the order.
Let's do that.
But we don't need to do that on the air.
I don't like that there's 10. And I don't want to merge them either.
Well, what's funny is like I came in and was like, I don't have very many like tropes to pitch. And you were like, I don't either. And then we got 10 that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the chaos one I can't get rid of.
It's kind of important.
I think the shitty spouse one doesn't have to be there.
You think so?
I think you can get rid of it. I want to do
I'm okay
9.
getting rid of it.
I want to do 9.
Okay.
Get rid of the shitty spouse.
Okay, well, I'll get rid of the shitty spouse.
It is a different movie, but I don't think that's what makes the movie.
I agree. Okay.
So get rid of shitty spouse, and we can just talk about if we find another.
We'll get rid of shitty spouse.
If there's another missing link, we'll talk about it.
We'll get rid of shitty spouse, and then we'll put these in a better order for, next week.
You know what we did?
It. We did it! Hello!
I almost said la la la, but that was just Jerry.
Hello!
La la la.
Covered in a big ball of oil.
We still doing that? All right.
That was good. We did it.
All right. Well,
I said it.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I always got the words that the kids use, the semi-adults like Jodie.
She's.
I got them all.
She's a child.
Not now.
She is the same age as my son.
She's fucking older than me, dude. You didn't even think about it like that.
You're
the whole time I was saying this, you were thinking I was being perverted because
turns out I was just being
portrayed
perverted
as a child in this movie. But she's actually older than me. So the fact that I'm watching her now,
I've definitely
is fucking gold.
I've definitely
especially
heard
when
someone,
I get home tonight and no one's around.
I've definitely heard someone say that about Natalie Portman in The Professional.
Yeah, no,
which I've never seen.
I don't. No, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is hard to watch because she is attracted to Leon. I think it actually is Leon, The Professional, right?
It's both.
Whatever.
It's
both. It's difficult. It's difficult to watch because you're like, no, it's Natalie Portman. She's gorgeous, but you're like, oh no, she's very much a child. She's portrayed as like 9 years old kind of thing, and you're like, no.
When you look at someone that you're like, I know they're attractive now, but that's a child I'm looking at. It's weird.
She does such a great job in that movie of acting like an adult.
Yeah.
Like it's very surreal. And their experience of what she goes through is quite believable that she would age rapidly. So that's a weird recap for the first.
Well, we got to the bottom of it.
We got to the bottom of the well. And then there's Timmy.
We learned that you're a diddler.
I have never diddled. I would not diddle. I can't get to her. This is a
funny word.
It's a fucking movie. Now, Technicolor is going to trick you into thinking that you can fucking reach out and touch it. And that's what that's the challenge. Is how do you get to her?
Uh-huh. That's the challenge.
I think a time machine.
Sure.
Or wait, no, then it would be perverted.
Yes. Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Stay with me.
No, I'm trying.
Unless you went back in time,
love it,
picked up yourself as a 13-year-old, and then dropped that 13-year-old you off with 13-year-old Jodie Foster.
If I went back and found myself at 13, I would get a motor carriage with a sidecar.
Motor carriage?
Unrelated.
What's a motor carriage?
How would you make a motorcycle with the sidecar? How would you make that if you was a horse? What would the horse? What would it be?
That's a thing.
Don't say a wagon.
That's
don't say
a
wagon.
thing that exists.
On the side.
Yes.
Does it really?
Yes.
That's slick. We should
like Ben-Hur.
Hey, fuck the fucking time machine. Let's just get that.
No, I don't want a horse. You got to feed them.
Oh.
I don't feed animals.
They eat grass, dude. I figured it out.
Yeah,
we can throw away our lawnmowers.
Thinking of cows.
Is that what it is? We'll get a cow with a
You're thinking
sidecar.
of pigs.
I'm thinking of a lot of stuff now.
That'll do.
Well, that'll do for this episode.
Yeah, this was just a real sad little drift off of an ending of this
What are you talking
episode.
about? I had a great time.
Yeah,
I explored. I learned new things.
So, hey,
we met
you know
new
what?
friends. Well, we didn't do that, but we could. We could call someone right now.
So we have we have decided that we're gonna put a little hold on doing mini episodes. We're just gonna stick to the main episodes and focus on those. So we're gonna tell you right now what we're doing next week.
What are we doing next week?
Next week we're gonna watch a movie.
Okay.
And then talk about it. And that movie is called The Change Up.
Who's in that?
It's a body swap movie. I believe it's Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman.
Is that the one where Jason Bateman jizzes in a cup?
No.
That's the mix-up.
That's the mix-up.
That's the mix-up. Okay, that's
the mix-up.
I got it mixed up.
The Change. Maybe I have the cast wrong too.
Are you fucking this up?
Hang on, I'm fucking this up.
Are you fucking this up, dude?
Let me fuck this up real quick.
Hang on.
Hang on. I'm
doing the old clickety clack. The worst part about new keyboards is they don't click clack. So you got to have a guy next
you
to
can
you
get them
in a sidecar on a cow going clickety clackety clickety clackety.
The Change Up.
That won't
is a film. Gossip. Yeah, it is those people from 2011. Yep. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, and it's the one where they pee in a fountain and say like, "I want to have your life," and then they switch.
It's all news to me, but it seems familiar.
It's a bad movie, and we're gonna watch it.
What are you talking about? Don't tell them that.
It's a good movie, and we're gonna watch it.
You guys need to watch it before we get back on the air, so then we can all watch as buddies.
Yeah.
Pals.
Buddies, friends, pals.
But no, thank you so much for tuning in. We always love when you are here, and I hope we were as welcoming as Zach allowed you to be. I hope he wasn't too creepy on the show. I try to keep him contained, but he gets out of his cage sometimes. So, that being said, Zach.
Tell your friends about us and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we do, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us online at KeystoneCopycats.com. We are at Keystone Copycats on Instagram and Facebook and at Keystone Copycat on Twitter. If you've got something to say, you can email us at KeystoneCopycats@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 513-239-7682. Don't forget to check out Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale every Friday at dinosaurspodcast.com. And until next time, I'm Freaky Zach, and he is...
Mrs. Jodie Foster.
Well, and we'll see you next week, unless he's in jail.
Because we're married.